Hari Hari Mukunda Hari Rama Krishna Hare Rajan Yashoda Jolala Govinda Vrindavana Puranja. Yes. Kayamana Gomana Sundara Ravana Chakra Gopi Jana Oh, Chitra Bhagavata Rajajana Paya Avindane Radha Rupa Manohara Mohana Yashodhana Champani Nikunjala Chavya Ananda Vadana Premani Premana Surachalo Chakapa Oh,
Namashurara Svo Krishnaya Shrako Vachanamana Mohara Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Om we're reading Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2,
Number 20.
24. एक सदा अध्याय
Yes, Partibad Darano Dumas Partibad Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahat Nustaprayeshu Babadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Okay, so text 24. Patibadharano Drumas Tasmad Agnistrayi Maya Tamasastura Jastasmat Sattvam Yad Brahma Darshanam Partibadharano Drumas Tasmad Agnistrayi Maya Tamasastura Jastasmat Sattvam Yad Brahma Darshanam Partibadharano Drumas Tasmad Agnistrayi Maya Tamasasura Jastasmat Sattvam Yad Brahma Darshanam. Ramana Yagna Rama Yagnatiti, there's some problem? No Wi-Fi here.
Wi-Fi is really slow.
What will we do?
Well, I think they can survive.
Partivat from earth. Are you going to translate? Krishna Kumari. Daruna, firewood. Duma, smoke. Tasmat, from that. Agni, fire. Trai, Vedic sacrifices, Maya, made of, Tamasa, in the mode of ignorance.
愚昧形态，
Two, but,
但是
Raja, the mode of passion.
激情形态，
Tasmat, from that.
来自
Sattvam, the mode of goodness.
善良形态，
Yat, which,
哪个
Brahma, the absolute truth.
绝对真理，
Darshanam, realization.
觉悟，
Your Chinese is improving. Translation: Firewood is a transformation of earth, but smoke is better than the raw wood, and fire is still better, for by fire we can derive the benefits of superior knowledge through Vedic sacrifices.
译文
Similarly, passion, rajas, is better than ignorance, tamas. But goodness, sattva, is best, because by goodness one can come to realize the absolute truth.
译文：木柴是土的转化，但烟比木头强。更好的是火，因为我们可以靠火获取高级知识所带来的那么多利益。同样道理，激情形态比愚昧形态强，但善良形态最好，因为善良形态可以使人领悟绝对真理。
Purport. As explained above, one can get release. Oh, Krishna, one can get release from the conditional life of material existence by devotional service to the personality of Godhead. It is further comprehended herein that one has to rise to the platform of the mode of goodness, sattva, so that one can be eligible for the devotional service of the Lord. But if there are impediments on the progressive path, anyone, even from the platform of tamas, can gradually rise to the sattva platform by the expert direction of the spiritual master. Sincere candidates must therefore approach an expert spiritual master for such a progressive march, and the bona fide expert spiritual master is competent to direct a disciple from any stage of life, tamas, rajas, or sattva. It is a mistake, therefore, to consider that worship of any quality or any form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equally beneficial. Except Vishnu, all separated forms are manifested under the conditions under the conditions of material energy, and therefore the forms of material energy cannot help anyone to rise to the platform of sattva, which alone can liberate a person from material bondage. The uncivilized state of life, or the life of the lower animals, is controlled by the mode of tamas. The civilized life of man, with a passion for various types of material benefit in the stage of rajas. The rajas stage of life gives a slight clue to the realization of the absolute truth, in the forms of fine sentiments in philosophy, art, and culture, with moral, ethical principles. But the mode of sattva is a still higher stage of material quality, which actually helps one in realizing the absolute truth. In other words, there is a qualitative difference between the different kinds of worshipping methods, as well as the respective results derived from the predominating deities, namely Brahma, Vishnu, and Hara.
要指正如上面解释的，人可以通过为人格守神做奉爱服务，摆脱物质存在受制约的生活。从这节诗中，我们可以进一步了解到，人必须上升到善良属性的层面，才能有资格为至尊主做奉爱服务。在经验丰富的灵性导师指导下，任何人，哪怕是处在愚昧形态的人，都可以逐渐上升到善良形态上。尽管前进的路上充满障碍，因此真诚的学生必须为了灵性进步去找一位经验丰富的灵性导师。无论门徒处在什么样的生活状态中，是处在愚昧、激情，还是处在善良形态中，真正有经验的灵性导师都有能力给门徒以指导。认为崇拜至尊人格守神的任何特性或任何形象都会得到同等利益的想法是错误的。除了Vishnu形象，所有真理的形象都受物质能量的控制，因此物质能量的众多形象不能帮助人提升到善良层面的善良属性的层面，而善良属性本身就可以使人摆脱物质束缚。未开化的生命状态，低等动物的生命受愚昧属性控制，有各种物质利益的人类文明生活是激情属性控制下的生活。激情属性的生活以美好情操的形式，透过含有道德伦理原则的哲学、艺术和文化，使人对绝对真理有些微的认识。但相比之下，善良属性在物质属性中还是最高的，它帮助人真正认识绝对真理。换句话说，对 Brahma、Vishnu 和 Shiva 这三位不同的神灵不同方式的崇拜，以及所得到的各种结果，在质上是不同的。
Finish? Yeah? Om Jnanatamastya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chaksurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Pakadamai Swapadantikam Ham Shri Guru Shri Yata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrachatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitamscha Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gorange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavanidyo Jai Shri Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
This is an important verse,
这是一个很重要的事情，
which all verses are important.
所有的事情都很重要。
Some we can more easily understand and talk about.
但是有一些事情我理解起来更容易，我们可以去讨论。
So it's kind of easy to understand. Firewood grows out of the ground.
去理解这个木柴木头是从地里面生长出来的，很容易。
But smoke is better than the wood.
但是这个烟比柴火要好，
And fire is better.
火甚至更好。
Of course, we might say, well, we can use wood to build our house and everything. We can use wood for many purposes.
柴火呢，我们可以把它用作很多的，它有很多的用途。
But in this case, it's talking about the yagya
但是在这个
and cooking and things like that. You need fire.
他讲的祭祀，
So by the fire, we can do the yagya to get Vedic knowledge.
通过火做祭祀，我们可以获得伟大的知识。
Then the point is that the mode of passion is better than ignorance.
激情形态要好于愚昧形态。
In the mode of ignorance, generally people aren't doing anything except make trouble.
在愚昧形态当中，人们什么都做不成，是他们处在深深的困境之中。
The monkeys are compared to their ignorance.
像猴子，他们就被形容处在愚昧形态之中。
They're very clever, but they just make a lot of trouble. They're stealing and making mess everywhere.
他们很聪明，但是这个猴子会去偷东西。
The mode of passion is better, but those animals in the mode of passion, it's like tigers and other animals like that.
激情形态要好一些，但是处在激情形态当中的动物，像是老虎和狮子。
And then mode of goodness is better.
善良形态是最好的。
The cow is compared to mode of goodness.
比如说母牛，它们就处在善良形态之中。
Cows don't take anything that humans need.
那个牛不会吃人类吃的任何的东西。
Monkeys will steal, tigers will come and kill people in the market or something.
但是猴子会去偷大家的东西，然后老虎和狮子会吃人。
The cow just eats grass, or some cows hardly even get grass, but still they can make milk.
母牛它们只吃草，但是它们却挤出来的是奶。
And even the dead body of the cow is very valuable.
甚至牛的尸体也是很有用处的。
Not that you should kill the cow, because then it's not very valuable, but when a cow dies naturally, the skin is valuable, the
不是
bones.
我们杀死这个母牛，而是当母牛它自然的死去的时候，比如说它的皮是很有用处的。
If you bury a cow, then you get so much some kind of valuable chemical for fertilizer.
如果我们把牛的尸体埋到土里面，我们可以从中获得很多有益的化学元素。这个土壤对于土壤来说，
If you take the horn of the cow, it's hollow, and fill it with cow dung and bury that, then it fertilizes a very big area, very powerful.
这个牛的角，如果把这个角里面装上牛粪，然后埋到地底下作为肥料，这个肥料可以滋养很大的一片土地。
But the living cow is valuable. People don't realize it. the milk is very valuable because you can make ghee for jagya. You can make yagya with the ghee.
活着的母牛呢，它也很有价值，很多人并不知道这一点。比如说牛挤出的奶有很多的用途，可以去制作酥油，酥油就会在祭祀当中用到。
And Srila Prabhupada was always saying how milk is so important, especially because it nourishes the finer tissues of the brain.
他总说牛奶是非常有价值的，因为它会去滋养大脑里边很细的一些。
And I heard recently one devotee was speaking, and they had somebody who was some kind of scientist, and they asked him about that, and he said, yeah, now modern science is understanding that milk has something in it that is really good for the brain.
有一个奉献者和一个科学家在对话，科学家就说到，是的，现在我们发现，在牛奶当中有非常有利于大脑的东西。
So the demons, they make a lot of propaganda against milk.
那些恶魔，他们就声称他们非常反对这个牛奶，一些恶魔。
It's a very terrible thing. But in the mode of goodness, then we can move up to understand spiritual things.
所以这些恶魔做的这种事情就很糟糕。只有当一个人处于善良形态之中的时候，他才可以逐渐上升到灵性的层面。
In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, he describes the mode of goodness.
在佛家梵歌当中就形容了善良属性。
In all the different modes, what kind of things come out from the different modes.
所有的属性都有所描述在佛家梵歌之中。
So then we can see we much prefer the mode of goodness.
所以我们更希望拥有善良属性。
Kali Yuga, people are so bewildered because a person that's really in the mode of goodness, he won't be running around like a madman working all the time, just trying to get money or something.
在塔利年代，人们非常的迷惑，因为一个真正处于善良形态的人，他不会整天奔波于工作，像一个动物一样的拼命的去赚钱和工作。
So sometimes they confuse the mode of ignorance with the mode of goodness.
所以塔利年代的人，有的时候就会把善良形态和愚昧形态混淆。
So the modes of nature, the Bhagavad Gita has 700 slokas.
佛家梵歌有700多个诗节，
And 100 of them are about the modes of nature.
其中100个诗节提到了这种物质的形态。
So that's, important then,
所
obviously.
以这非常的重要。
We have to know how the modes are working.
我们要知道所有物质的属性，它
We
们是如何
choose.
运作的。
We can choose which mode we want to associate with.
所以我们就可以选择自己想和哪一种自然的属性去联谊。
If we walk down the road there where we did Harinam, you see mostly is an invitation to dive into the mode of ignorance. Deep diving.
我们在哈瑞纳的时间就可以看到，大多数的人深深的处于愚昧形态之中这个事情。
Seafood and so much unmentionable food.
比如说，这个餐厅在售卖着海鲜，各种各样的质量很高的食物。
And big Chang and big Leo and big whatever they are. Right? That's, you don't read the signs maybe, but big Chang is beer. Leo beer, so it advertises. And they give really big one, and people sit there with this huge beer and one happy hour, all the beer you want for 600 yen or 600 baht for 1 hour.
啤酒的瓶子，各种啤酒的品牌，比如说六，
Hurry up.
很多啤酒的牌子，大家会放一个很大的酒杯在那个地方。酒吧当中会说，happy hour， 就是在这个特定的时间，你可以无限量的去饮酒。
Saw one place in Bali, it said money can't buy happiness.
在巴厘岛有一个地方有标语说到，金钱 没有办法购买快乐，
but it can buy beer, and that's just as good.
但是金钱可以买啤酒，啤酒就可以带来快乐。
That's all. We didn't see any advertisements for Krishna or anything else,
我们没有见到任何去宣传Krishna的这种标语，
except a tour. There's a tour of temples. That's they do have one tour that goes to different temples.
除了有一个标语说这是庙宇的旅行，就是去参观不同的庙宇这样一个广告。
So we had to choose. No, we want Hare Krishna. That's why we're chanting, trying to help people.
所以我们要做出自己的选择，因此我们念诵 Hare Krishna， 我们就可以去帮助那些人。
So the mode of goodness is more pure, and it's illuminating.
所以善良心态它更纯净，它是有光芒的，
and is free from sinful reactions.
并且它让一个人避免所有的罪恶活动。
Those who are situated in that become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
但是处于善良心态中的人，他们被快乐的感觉以及知识所制约。
We're trying to become air conditioned, but we can become conditioned by the mode of goodness also. Then we won't get too much disturbed by external things.
所以我们就是空调这个词叫 air condition， condition 是制约的意思。然后就是说我们喜欢吹空调，它也是 conditioning。但是我们尝试要进入善良属性之中，我们就不会做那么多的罪恶活动。
So we'll think, I'm not suffering, I have air conditioning.
有的人可能说，我没有在受苦，我在吹空调，这个空调就是 air conditioning， 它是一种。
And Prabhupada explained that because you're suffering, that's why you have air conditioning.
帕帕的说，其实因为你在这个物质世界，
Otherwise you wouldn't need it.
所以我们才需要空调，否则的话我们是不需要这个东西的。
So the mode of passion, unlimited desires, and
在激情属性当中，人们有无穷无尽的欲望，
so then one gets tangled up in fruitive activities, trying to get more and more and more.
这个时候人们就会被功利性的活动所捆绑，就捆绑在这个地方，欲望越来越多。
But the Kali Yuga is trying to get us to want more and more things, never be satisfied. Get in the mode of passion, because then you work hard and you spend all the money.
卡利年代就引导大家去发出各种各样子的愿望和欲望，比如说人们努力的挣钱，然后用这些钱去满足自己的物质愿望，去购物，买越来越多的东西，但是从来都没有得到满足。
Many people in Thailand and these countries, they work in factories for very little pay.
很多泰国的人在工厂做工，他们得到的薪水非常的微薄。
Making designer things for rich people, like for us.
这些工
They
人，
can't afford them, they make fake ones.
这些工人就负责给那些富人去制造一些奢侈品。
Here we see all the genuine fake, right? Genuine fake watches, genuine fake everything.
比如说在泰国，我们就见到很多的仿制的奢侈品，手表呀、奢侈品的包包仿制的。
I saw a shop once, and the name of the shop was Genuine Fake Watches. They had all like China has all that. They come from China.
有一个商店的名字就叫真实伪造，就说。
So we don't want to be genuine fake devotees, we want to be real devotees.
但是我们不想要对方的奉献者，我们想要真的奉献者。
The tamasic gun, that is darkness and ignorance and delusion.
所以愚昧形态就代表了黑暗，代表了无知，代表了愚昧。
And the results is madness.
它产生的结果就是疯狂。
Madness means insanity.
疯狂就意味着是没有理智的，是没有任何的头脑，
Indolence and sleep.
并且非常的懒惰，很奢侈。
People in the mode of ignorance, they don't want to wake up.
处在愚昧形态当中的人，他们不想醒来。
They pull down a big steel door at night, and they have curtains, and stay in the dark.
他们就在晚上把窗帘拉上，处在一片的黑暗之中，然后盖上被子，沉浸在一种黑暗中睡觉睡眠之中。
In Japan, they have all these underground shopping malls.
在日本，他们有很多的地下商城。
They like that. It never gets dark, or it's always the same.
日本人
Same temperature, same everything.
喜欢这种地下的商场，因为他们总是亮着灯，不受白天黑夜的影响。
So I was going down into one once, and there was a big television,
我去过
the whole wall.
这样一个地下的商场，它这个地方有一个很大的电视，巨大的电视，
It was a rock and roll band.
上面有摇滚乐队。
I don't want to face the day.
这个乐队所唱的歌，我不想要面对白天，我不想迎接白天，
Just close the curtains.
就把窗帘关上，
Turn off the lights.
关闭所有的灯。
Life is too, like the tattoo shop said there, life is pain.
就像纹身的店所写的广告一样，生活是痛苦。
So he says the mode of goodness conditions us to happiness,
善良形态会让一个人被这种快乐的感受所支配，
passion to fruitive action,
在激情形态，人们会从事功利性；
and ignorance attaches us to insanity.
愚昧形态会让一个
And
人
they're competing. Sometimes we're dominated by passion, sometimes ignorance.
这三种物质的形态总是在竞争当中，有的时候激情形态占主导，有的时候其他的形态占主导。
So we should try for the mode of goodness.
所以我们应该争取，
Even though chanting lifts us above the modes,
虽然念诵是
bhakti lifts us above the modes. And devotees work also to preach. It looks like passion, but it's not. It's not fruitive. They're just actually trying to please Krishna.
当奉献者去传教、去活动、这个工作的时候，看
Building a temple, it looks like passion.
建庙的
You
时
have
候，
to get money,
好像是激情形态的事情，
but
但
it's
是
different.
并不是这样的。
So when there's more passion, then there's attachment, intense endeavor, uncontrollable desires.
当激情形态占主导时，大家就会有很多的依附。
When there's ignorance, there's darkness, inertia,
愚昧形态呢，它就代表了黑暗以及
Everybody know what inertia is? Inertia?
inertia 就是惰性。
Inertia.
惰性。
I learned that in physics class, right?
我们在物理课中听到过这个词。
One of Newton's laws.
牛顿的物理学当中听到过这个词。
An object in motion tends to stay in motion.
这个物理学就讲到一个处在动态当中的物体，它就会导致
And an object at rest tends to stay at rest.
一个
Inertia.
的物体，它是
To give a kick. But we want to be moving towards Krishna. So we want to get the mode of goodness is better because you can get up to the transcendental from that.
我们想要向着奎师那前进，善良属性是最好的，因为在善良属性，一个人可以上升到灵性的层面。
But it's not, so Bhagavad Gita tells us activities in the different modes. It's all depending on our motivation. And the mode of goodness, there's no desire for a reward or anything. Just doing it out of duty.
所以佛在梵歌就形容了处在不同的物质形态当中的活动是什么样子的。在善良形态当中，每一个人他去活动，但是不是功利性的活动，他不追求活动的回报。
So, like Lord Chaitanya said, Amani Namanadena, Kirtaniya Sadari, offering all respect to others, but not expecting anything in return.
就像主 后我们尊重每一个人。
So depending on what mode of nature we're attached to, the next life will be
所以取决于我们在这一世，我们处于的什么样子的形态，我们依托什么样的物质形态，我们在下一世就会得到一种特定的生命。
So fire is important for most humans, they need for cooking,
对于大多数的人来说，火是非常重要
but
的。
not just for cooking. We want to make yagya.
我们也可以用火来做祭祀，
It should be for Krishna. Yagya means for Vishnu.
应该是为和是大威士努而做。
But the Mahayagya is chanting the holy name.
但是马哈亚列最大的祭祀是念诵圣名，
The Sankirtan Yagya.
是散热坦亚列。
Hari Rama, Hari Nama, Hari Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kaluna, Stevana, Stevana, Stev, Katir Anyata. So we can see it's so easy to do.
我们可以见到这种祭祀，看是很容易去做的，念诵圣名很容易就可以去做。
And we'll notice, like in the Harinam, in the Kirtan, nobody gets too worried about who's next to you or anything.
在哈日亮或者科尔的时候，没人会特别的在意你身边是谁，
Nobody needs a translation.
没有人需要翻译。
Like we're in a group, an international group here.
我们是国际的这样一个团队，
So in the Kirtan, everybody's together.
但是在科尔
If it gets to be a really big Kirtan, everything's all mixed up.
大家可以在一起科尔就是很多的人无数
Right?
都可以聚在一起科尔
But when we sit down for prasadam, everybody gets together with their own group.
但是我们普萨的时候，每个人就会去找到自己的小组，然后自己的人坐在一起有。
The Nepalis sit with each other, the Thais sit with each other, the Chinese sit with...
尼泊尔人他们自己坐在一起荣耀，中国的奉献者坐在一起。
It's natural. So we can talk, right?
但是在科尔的时候，所有的人都可以在一起，不需要在乎你旁边那个人是哪里来的。
Although ideally, Vaishnava is not supposed to talk during prasadam,
通常在荣耀的时候，在施丹瓦是不说话的，
except to say Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
除了说 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna。
When I first was with the devotees, there was one devotee, his name was Narada Muni.
我刚刚和奉献者联谊的时候，有一个叫做南若纳布尼的奉献者，
He was actually the first devotee I saw doing kirtan.
实际上这是我见过的第一个，
He was by himself, He was just chanting Hare Krishna, really intense.
他就很有激情的唱诵 Hare Krishna。
I thought, this is it. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't know what I was looking for.
当马哈人见到这个南若纳布尼奉献者的时候，见到他在科尔的时候，他立马就知道啊，这就是我要寻找的东西。
But when he was taking prasadam, he would be really into it.
但是他在荣耀普萨达这个奉献者南若纳布尼。
And all of a sudden, he, Prabhupada! He'd say, Prabhupada! And he'd eat a little bit more, Prabhupada!
他吃普萨达吃一点就会喊然后继续吃。
Everybody only talked about Prabhupada. So, we want to understand and eat in the mode of goodness and talk in the mode of goodness so that we can have the right mentality to chant purely.
所以我们要了解怎么样在善良属性当中去吃饭、去说话，这个时候我们才能够纯粹的念诵圣名。
So please study these in also chapter 17. Talks about how charity in the different modes and everything in the different modes. And
在国家
you can know.
第17章当中就讲述了，比如说善良形态之中的布施，以及
Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Kap kun kap. Shiye shiye. So now we'll hear from BVV Narsingha Swami. Somebody has to move this.
Yeah, Prabhupada makes the point in the purport that you have to come to the mode of goodness really to do devotional service.
他发觉在要旨当中就讲到，一个人首先需要先来到善良心态，才能从事奉爱服务。
Bhagavad Gita says, Brahma Buddha Prasanatma. Right? Brahma Buddha means,
我在不断的讲 Brahma Buddha， 这是什么意思
Brahma Buddha means you know you're Brahman, you're not the body.
？Brahma Buddha 意味着一个人知道自己是 Brahma， 而不是这个躯体。
So you have to come to that platform to actually engage in devotional service.
所以我们需要首先来到这个层面，才能去做奉爱服务。
But then Prabhupada continues, he said, even you're in the mode of ignorance or in the mode of passion, you can also be guided by the spiritual master and come to devotional service.
但是他发就继续说到，即使你处在愚昧心态，你也可以由一个灵性导师所指导去做奉爱服务，逐渐的来到善良心态的层面。
We were on Harinam one day in London, and this young woman came, she was on drugs, you know, and somehow she was attracted to the Sankirtan party. And she come back to the temple with us, became a devotee.
有一次我们在伦敦做散科坦，一个女性就被散科坦吸引，但是她是吸毒的人，她跟随着我们散科坦乐队回到了庙里，最后成为了一个奉献者。
So from the mode of ignorance, although she was in the mode of ignorance, dark ignorance, she somehow became attracted to the Sankirtan movement and she took up devotional service.
所以虽然她处在愚昧心态当中，但是她被散科坦所吸引，最后她慢慢的成为奉献者，来到了善良世界。
And she's still a devotee.
现在她还是一个奉献者。
So devotional service is open to everyone, whether they're in the mode of goodness or the mode of passion or the mode of ignorance.
所以奉爱服务是向每一个人开放的，无论这个人是处在自信心态、愚昧心态还是善良心态之中。
We don't discriminate about who's qualified and who's not qualified.
我们并不会去区别对待，说谁有资质，谁没有资质。
The main thing is that they're willing to take up the process of devotional service.
就看他们自己是否愿意去从事奉爱服务。
Just like anyone can be a devotee, but you have to follow the four principles.
任何人其实都可以成为奉献者，它取决于你是否愿意遵循四项规范原则。
You have to chant 16 rounds.
你是要念诵16圈，
You have to follow the instructions of the spiritual teacher.
你需要遵循灵性导师的训示。
So you follow the instructions and you'll get benefit. We all became purified.
当我们遵循这些训示的时候，我们逐渐的就会被净化。
But without the instructions of the spiritual master, we just have our own ideas, then we cannot expect to come to devotional service.
但是如果没有得到灵性导师的指导，我们只是活在自己的这个想法里面，就没有办法进入到奉爱服务之中。
We get devotion from devotees.
我们从奉献者那里得到奉爱，
That's why association is so important.
这是为什么联谊如此的重要。
Without association with devotees, where are you going to get devotion from?
如果没有奉献者的联谊，我们从哪里能够得到这个奉爱呢？
Without the association, then there's no kirtan, there's no hearing and chanting.
如果没有联谊的话，就没有科坦，也没有聆听和念诵。
There has to be that connection, that association with the devotee.
所以我们需要这种连接和奉献者的联谊。
We see Prahlad Maharaj was questioned by his father. His father was a big demon and he wanted his son to be a nice demon.
听到帕拉拉的马哈拉什就为他的爸爸所审问，而他的父亲是一个大恶魔，这个大恶魔就希望他的儿子成为一个小恶魔。
So Hiranyakashipu could not understand how his son would be a devotee.
所以人家开始后就没有办法明白他的儿子怎么就成为奉献者了。
Because his father had done everything to make him into a nice demon. He'd put him in the school with all the demon children, and he had him to be trained by the demons.
因为他的父亲倾尽了所有，想要把他的儿子培养成一个恶魔，把他的儿子送到恶魔的学校里面，和那些其他的小恶魔待在一起，让恶魔去指导他。
But Prahlad only wanted devotional service because he had already heard, he'd already taken the opportunity to associate with a devotee.
但是巴赫拉他只想要奉爱佛的因为他之前有过这种联谊。
He'd taken shelter from Narada Muni.
他曾经出自于那拉达姆。
And similarly, Jadbharat, previously he was Bharat Maharaj, and he went to the Himalayas. He went up to Ganduki, where the shaligrams are flowing in the Ganduki River.
扎德巴拉他在协议是巴拉马哈拉，他去到了萨那山上，到冈杜基的地方，去了冈杜基的地方，就有很多的山里馆。
He was very renounced. He was detached. He gave up his kingdom. He left his family. He left all the opulence, all the wealth. And he went to the mode of, completely to the mode of goodness way up in the Himalayas.
所以巴拉马哈拉是非常的气绝，他离开了自己的宫殿，离开了他的家人、他的家庭，放弃了所有的财富，他完全的信靠善良心态之上。
But he got attached to a deer, and he ended up becoming a deer in his next life.
但是他遇上了一头鹿，在他的下意识他就变成了一只小鹿。
So although he was in the mode of goodness, he fell down. He had to become an animal in his next life.
所以虽然他当时已经在善良心态当中，但是他堕落了，他成为了一个动物在下意识。
Who would like to be a dog in the next life?
是有人想成为一只狗吗？
You'd like to be a horse?
有人想成为一匹马吗？
You'd like to be an elephant?
有人想成为大象吗？
One time they asked the daughter, there was this, the princess, the daughter of the Queen of England. The Queen of England, she died. But her daughter, Princess Anne, she was a princess born in the royal family of England. And so they asked her, if you had not been a princess, what would you have liked to be?
有一次，有人就问英国女王的女儿安娜公主，就问安娜公主说：“如果你没有出生在王室，没有成为公主，那你想做什么，成为谁呢？”
She said, oh, I think it would be nice to be a dolphin.
她说到：“我觉得做一只海豚挺好的。”
You know, dolphins that swim in the sea up and down.
这个海豚就在海里面游泳，然后上蹿下跳。
So that was her understanding, that was her appreciation of human life.
所以这就是她的认知，她对人类生命的一种认知和体验。
So Jadbharat, he had to become a deer. Why did he become a deer? He was in the mode of goodness, away up in the Himalayas. He was detached, but still he became an animal.
所以扎勒巴让他为什么会成为一只鹿呢？他非常的气绝，他处在善良心态之中，去到了喜马拉雅山，为什么他还会成为一个动物呢？
Because no association.
因为他没有处在联谊之中。
He had no association. He had no one there to remind him to get up in the morning and to chant Hare Krishna and to sit and hear Srimad Bhagavatam.
因为他没有联谊，就没有人提醒他，早上4点钟要起来了，要去参加 替，然后要去聆听佛三瓦谈。
And because of no association, he got attached to an animal and had to take another birth as an animal.
因为没有联谊，所以他就依附了这个动物，下一世他就得到了动物的躯体。
So association is so important. We have to take advantage.
所以联谊非常的重要，我们要好好的去利用这种机会。
If we associate with people in the mode of ignorance, you take on the qualities of the people you associate with.
如果我们和处在愚昧形态当中的人联谊，我们就会接触者赤激或者可以感染上他们的品质。
We see the people come to places like these hot beach resorts in Thailand, and they come to engage in sinful activities.
所以很多的人来到泰国的这种度假地方去参加，从事一些罪恶的活动。
Drink their beer, smoke their marijuana,
他们去喝啤酒，去吸大麻，
and eat the seafood,
去吃海鲜。
and they think that this is enjoyment.
他们认为这就是享乐。
So that is enjoyment for people in the mode of ignorance. And people in the mode of ignorance, next life they will take birth as animals.
这是愚昧形态之中的人的快乐。这些人在下一世会获得动物的躯体。
People in the mode of passion, they like the heavy music, they like the they like the loud music, the vibrations of the electric instruments.
在激情形态当中的人喜欢这种摇滚的音乐，很嘈杂的音乐，他们喜欢这种频率和振动。
They like the motorbikes which can go very fast,
他们喜欢骑着摩托车，然后去很远的地方，
or the racing cars.
或者是喜欢那种赛车。
And the food should be very hot and spicy.
食物应该是很刺激的食物，应该是很辣的那种。
The restaurant advertises, come and taste the passion.
这个餐厅的广告语就写到，来这里去感受激情。
So you enjoy these kind of passionate things. You die in the mode of passion. Next life you'll come back again in the mode of passion.
如果你死亡的时候是在激情形态当中去世的，在下一世你来到这个世界上，你就会被安排在一个激情属性的环境当中。
The results of the mode of passion are suffering.
而激情属性产生的结果是受苦。
From the mode of passion, people go down further into the mode of ignorance.
在激情形态当中的人，他们会继而堕落到愚昧属性之中。
So we have to come up to the mode of goodness.
所以我们要上升到善良属性之中。
We're on the passionate planet. Earth is a place of passion, this whole planet.
我们在激情属性的星球上，这个地球就是一个处在激情属性的星球。
The higher planets are more in the mode of goodness.
高等的星球，它们更多的是处在善良形态之中，
And the lower planets are more in the mode of ignorance.
而低等的星球是愚昧形态。
We want to come up to, but we don't want to just go up to the higher planets.
但是我们不是想要去渐渐去到高等的星球，
Because even on the higher planets, there is also old age, disease, and death.
因为即使在高等的星球，它们也是有生老病死的存在。
Even Lord Brahma worries about the end of life.
主 Brahma 也会担心他生命结束的那一天。
And the demigods, they go up to heavenly planets, but they come down again.
这些半神人会去到天上星球，他们又会在跌落下来。
So we have to understand the nature of these modes of nature. Constantly they're fluctuating, sometimes in the mode of passion, sometimes goodness, and a lot of ignorance.
所以我们需要知道，物质自然的三种形态，它们总是处在变化和变动之中。有的时候，可能这个善良形态 多一些，有的时候另外的多一些。
So how can we stay free above the modes? We have to engage in devotional service.
我们怎么样能够让自己处在三种物质形态之上呢？就是去从事热爱。
This is described in Bhagavad Gita. Mam chayo vaya bicharena bhakti yogena sevate. Sagunam samatityagham brahma bhuyaya kaupate. Anyone who engages in devotional service, then they immediately transcend the modes of nature and come to the level of Brahma.
在这个世界当中就提到了，任何从事奉爱服务的人，他立刻就超越了物质三种的属性，处在 Brahma 的层面。
So we want to constantly keep ourselves engaged in devotional service.
所以我们想让自己总是参与到奉爱服务中。
That's why we chant. We have our bead bags that we can constantly be chanting the holy name.
这是为什么我们会有念珠带，所以我们可以总是念诵圣名。
Mahaprabhu Shikshastikam says, Kirtaniya Sada Hari. Always chant the holy name.
马哈帕布在八卷归宗当中就说到，日看尼亚萨达哈利总是念诵圣名。
So if we're remembering Krishna, that is the success in life.
如果我们总是能够记着回事，这个就是生命的成功。
Smartavyam tatatam Vishnu Vishmartavya najatu krit Sarve vidi niseda shur Itayor eva kinkara. The most important rule of all rules and regulations, the most important one is always remember Krishna and never forget him.
在所有的规则当中，所有的原则当中，最重要的一个就是永远记住回事，不要忘记他。
So we want to practice that constantly. Wherever the mind wanders, bring it back. Keep the mind on Krishna.
所以我们想去练习这种恒常的记忆，总是记住回事。当我们的心意离开了回事的时候，我们再把它拽回来。
Okay, any questions?
There's a question from online.
Oh yeah?
Obeisance to Guru Maharaj. Is the deer animal in the mode of goodness? Deer.
Is the deer an animal in the mode of goodness? Maharaj? Maharaj doesn't think a deer is in the mode of goodness.
Cow is because the cow gives milk and cow dung is super valuable.
The deer is living in the Himalayas. It's living in a quiet place, peaceful place, but
Not all of it.
it's not doing, it doesn't give anything.
妈妈说这个鹿它可能处在喜马拉雅山很僻静的地方，但是它不像母牛那样，它会吃草产出奶。这个鹿会就是提供这么有价值的东西，所以它不是善良行为的动物。
Animals in general are all in the mode of ignorance, but there's certain qualities of certain creatures which are better than other animals.
通常所有的动物都是处在愚昧属性当中，但是一些动物它的品质好过于其他一些动物。
Just like crows. The crow is always in the garbage, is very much in the mode of ignorance.
就像乌鸦总是在垃圾的地方，它们是愚昧形态。
But the swan will be in the lake where there's lotus flowers, where the water is very clear.
但是天鹅就会在清澈的水里边，荷花盛开的地方。
And the crows are black, dirty-looking creatures.
这个乌鸦就是很肮脏的、很埋汰的动物。
And the swan is beautiful, graceful, and white-colored.
天鹅是非常美丽和优雅的动物。
Of course, there's also black swans.
也有黑色的天鹅。
In Australia, they have black swans.
在澳大利亚有黑色的天鹅。
Hmm? Not so beautiful.
They are.
They are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, although black swans are also very graceful.
黑色的天鹅也非常的优雅。
And they're also in the clear water with the lotus flowers.
它们也待在清澈的水里面，在莲花池。
But animals, the modes of nature fluctuate, so even an animal can sometimes act in the mode of goodness.
但是因为物质自然的形态一直在变动当中，所以一个动物有的时候它可能出现在善的行为比较多一点，有的时候它的行为可能展示出的更多的是其他的形态。
I read about one young girl. She was feeding some crows.
一个年轻的小女孩，我还是听说，就是有一次她在喂这个乌鸦，
And she had a big box full of things crow brought to her. They'd find some shiny thing somewhere, and the crow would bring this girl a present, eat, go away, and bring it.
这个小女孩就带了一大盒子的东西，然后这个乌鸦，
Gratitude.
这个
She's grateful.
乌鸦就会为了感激她的食物，会给这个小女孩带来一些闪闪发光的小东西，感谢她。
Many humans, they can't even think like that. You give them something, they think, well, you should have given it yesterday. I didn't really want this.
有些人类甚至都没有这种品质，比如说我给了某一个人什么东西，这个人会说你怎么昨天没有把这个东西给我呢？或者说，就是他
You're
们
supposed to think, oh, if they gave me something, I have to give them something even better.
我们应该想的是哦，他们给了我什么，我应该给他们一个更好的东西。
That's how it is with Radha Krishna. Radharani does something to please Krishna, and he thinks, I have to do even more to please her, and it's never-ending competition.
这就是 Radha 和 Krishna 之间的这种互动。当 Radharani 给了 Krishna 什么东西的时候 ，Krishna 会想我应该回馈给他更好的东西去取悦他。
So there's always competition between the modes.
所以不同的物质形态当中，他们总是处在变化竞争当中。
Someone's trying to be in the mode of goodness, but they get influenced some days by passion and ignorance.
有的人他想处在善良形态当中，但是有一些的日子他会被激情形态和愚昧形态影响。
Just like cows, cows sometimes they kick, and sometimes they'll hit you with their horns.
就像母牛，它有的时候也会踢人，有的时候也会用它的脚去顶人。
So sometimes they also get angry mode.
有的时候这些牛也会生气。
And not all cows give give milk. Not all cows give milk, but some cows, Other cows, well, they give dung. They give their cow dung, which is useful, but
也不是所有的牛都会产奶，有的牛它的牛粪是可以用的。
But cow, even the dung and the urine are very good.
这个牛的尿和粪也是很有用途的，
Not just for fertilizer, but for medicine.
不仅是化肥，它可以作为药。
And if you put cow dung on the walls and the floor, then no bugs come in your house.
如果我们把这个牛粪铺在墙上或者地上的话，就不会有蚊虫，就不会有虫子。
Cow urine is super powerful medicine.
牛的尿呢，它可以治疗很多不同的疾病。
It's also insecticide for farmers.
它也是一种防虫剂。这个
It's
农民
unique, and other animals are not like that.
其他的动物没有这么多的，就不像牛一样。
Generally, the stool of any animal is horrible.
通常任何动物的粪便都是很糟糕的东西。
what about bulls?
Bulls are bulls.
Can you use the stool of the bull?
Yeah.
And the urine of the bull?
I don't know about the urine, but for fertilizer. The bull, just by grazing, makes the land.
以前他们还有就说，那这个公牛呢， 还是这个还是说公牛它的粪便是可以做化肥，或者它们在这个地上吃草的时候，就是相当于给这个农作物，反正是干活，给这个农场地干活也是有用处。但是公牛的尿不太了解。
But animals like humans, they're not all in the same mode.
动物也像人类，不是所有的动物都处在同一种形态当中。
Some dogs are always angry and fighting and chasing people.
有的狗总是很生气，总是喜欢咬人，喜欢去赶人，喜欢去追着。
Some dogs are dedicated servants.
有的狗是
Helping
忠
the
于
police and the army.
它是忠于服务的，比如说像是警犬。
You get dogs help the blind person, the guide dog. They'll take care of they'll guide the person.
比如说像是导盲犬就会帮助盲人。
So they're trained. Some dog, like that. You can train. They're domestic animals.
有些狗它就会去做很好的服务。
See, in America, in the airport in New York, they have places for dogs to pass.
在美国的纽约就有专门
Service dogs.
这个狗走过的地方。
Many people have a service dog.
因为很多的人他都有导盲，像是导盲犬这种服务自己
Blind
的
people, they have a dog.
像是盲人需要牵着狗，跟狗引导他去走路。
And people have this epilepsy. Epilepsy.
Epilepsy. What's that called? It's on the brain. Some
有人可能中风的人，
不是中风，是另外一个
Got it?
epilepsy.
瘫痪，
电 something 电
他的脑就是神经好像有点问题。
脑瘫 maybe. I don't think there's another word for it. No. Anyway,
So they have like a seizure.
就
Start,
是
and they fall on the ground. Sometimes they get hurt.
sometimes a loud sound, a lot of noise, they just crack up, they break down.
癫痫，
癫痫
就会躺在地上抽搐。
What about
With these dogs, they're trained,
这些人他的狗就受过训练，
and they can know ahead of time.
在这些癫痫发作之前，这个狗就会知道，它的主人要发作了。
So when the person is, before he can do that, a lot of them have to wear a football helmet or something so they don't get hurt. The dog knocks him into a chair, and then he sits on top of him, so then they can't get hurt.
在这个
Very
主人
important service.
癫痫发作之前，
No human could do that.
这个狗就会跳到这个人的身上，然后把它扑倒，把它按在椅子上。所以当主人癫痫发作的时候，就不会倒在地上让自己受伤。这个狗就会把它压在床上。
And then, anyway, many things.
So we see animals certainly can be helpful in different situations. It's not that they're totally in the mode of ignorance. We see some animals make very valuable contributions.
所以不是所有的动物都是开会形态当中有很多的动物可以给人类做出贡献。
Oh, you have a question here? Yeah.
That sometimes we see people coming into Krishna consciousness, practicing for some time, and not able to continue, and sometimes go back to again, the mode of ignorance and crashing. They say they put on the middle. So what is the reason for that?
马卡奇就问到，有的时候有人进入Krishna视觉，但是没有留下来，他放弃说就又回到内形态，为什么？
Well, everyone has free will. Krishna doesn't force you that you have to surrender to him. He gives us that independence.
每个人都有自由的意志所以回师不会强迫我们去臣服于他。
So some people, they're attracted, somehow they come to Krishna consciousness and they do some service, but they're not able to maintain.
所以有的人被吸引他来去做一些服务，但是他们没有办法坚持下去。
But they get benefit. Everyone who comes and does some service, then they're greatly benefited because they did something for Krishna.
但是任何人做了服务，为善做的服务，他都会得到很大的获益，因为他们是为善来做事。
They're not following now, but they did something in the past. They rendered some service. So that's for their benefit. And in the future, they'll have another opportunity to again take up devotional service.
所以他们对回善做的服务，在过去即使他们现在没有在继续，但是可能未来的某一天，因为人这么活，他们可能再次获得一个成为现实的机会。
It may be in the next life. We don't know how long it takes before they come back.
可能在下一世，但是我们也不知道就是要等多久。
Anybody know the verse? Neha Bhikkhuvana Sasti.
有人知道这个是什么？
Swapamasyam Dharmasyam Rayate Mahatobhayan.
In this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement made saves you from the greatest danger.
在这个世界真相上，在这条道路上做出任何的努力都不是白费的，即使一点点的努力，它都可以将你从巨大的危险当中拯救出来。
When we stress to read the Bhagavad Gita, it's all the answer.
所以阅读不三方都会让我们有一切问题的答案。
The danger is we have a human life and we waste it.
这个危险就是我们有人类的生命，但是我们浪费了它。
But somebody does some devotional service, they know that was the best time of their life.
但是一个人做宗教服务的时候，他知道做服务的时间是生命当中最美好的时候。
I've seen many people come to Krishna consciousness and go, but they will all say that when they were the devotees, that was the best time in their life.
然后也见过很多进入到鬼社之学又离开的人，这些人他们都说，在他们做奉献者对鬼社服务的时候，是人生中最美好的时刻。
Somehow the material energy was too powerful, and they couldn't hold on to Krishna. They went back into Maya, but they always remember being devotees, and they remember everything they learned.
有的时候物质的能量非常的强大，一个人就被玛雅抓走了，他们没有力量反抗，但是他们总是会记住从奉献者的那段时光，记住学到的东西。
And you often get people just at the end of their life, they come back to Krishna consciousness, because they know they're nearing the end of life. They want to leave the body in Krishna consciousness.
经常我们会遇到一个人在生命即将终结的时候，他重新回到鬼社身份，因为他知道，一个人要在鬼社学当中离开物理。
As his question is, he's saying that is it because of lack of association, like how one of my friends that he sometimes leave Krishna consciousness.
这个帕库巴。他们是因为没有联像加鲁巴热的一样，所以他离开了吗？
It may be due to bad influence.
可能是因为不好的联系。
If we associate with people who are always criticizing devotees, then Krishna actually Khaolak says, Bhagavad Gita, that someone starts thinking of these devotees, and then they leave. They think, I'm getting away from all these people.
有的人他可能会批评创建者，这个是不好的点。有些人会说啊，这个很高的我比他们要好，然后这个人就离开了。
But actually, Krishna takes it to her.
实际上是可是要把他踹走。
And associate is like a touchstone.
联谊就像是这个许愿
We hear people always criticizing, and then we'll become.
我们总是和那些批判特谢者的人联谊，我们就会变得和他们一样。
We have to be devotional service. We say it's like going along the edge of a racer. If you go too much to one side, then you easily get caught.
我们说到我们要很谨慎，因为后来我们的道路就像在这个刀刃上行走一样，如果我们走偏了，就这个刀伤到。
So to stay on, you have to follow carefully behind.
所以我们要很小心的跟随。
You have to follow the activities of the devotees. As the devotees are doing, you have to join in.
所以跟随奉献者的活动，加入他们。
Devotees are going on Sankirtan. We go out and Sankirtan.
奉献者去参加，我们就去参加。
Devotees are going to Arti. We come to Arti.
奉献者参加Arti，我们就参加Arti。
Devotees are taking prasada. We're all going to sit and eat prasada.
奉献者让菩萨的，就一起和他们一起荣耀。
So if you stay in touch with the devotees and you stay engaged in these activities, then you'll protect yourself from harm.
如果我们和奉献者的联谊，他就受到保护，不会染东西。
But sometimes they just think, I'm not ready for this. I'm so attached to sinful activities. I can't give up sinful activities.
有的人想我还没准备好，因为我太依附于这个活动了，我没有办法放弃这个活动。
So I have to go out Krishna consciousness. I have to go out and satisfy my senses.
所以我需要离开不是世界去满足感官。
And of course, you go out and you try to satisfy your senses, but you're never satisfied. You're always kicked more and more.
所以你离开了去满足感官，但是永远没有办法得到满足，你是被牵着走。
And then the third intelligent, you realize, I gotta come back.
如果我们有智慧的话，所以他认识到我们就要回来去。
Okay. So, getting late. I think we have to stop here. Yeah. So yesterday from Sankirtan, we collected 2,900 baht. Where's the temple?